Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jaden Vass. I'm with my partner here, Andrew Vass. This is where we go through wellness clinics, naturopath clinics. We're going through their marketing, their ads, their landing page, figuring out what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and giving them a rating out of 10 after we've gone through it so that you guys can apply the same principles to your clinics and hopefully get more leads, which turn into more patients or more clients. We work with naturopath and wellness clinics all over the country. We've also created our own fake wellness clinic just to see how good we were at marketing it. And we ended up generating 7 appointments in the first 4 days. So we've done this before. We know exactly how it works. That's why we know what we're talking about here. We have the credibility to say what we're about to say. And without further ado, I want to get into it here. We have 5 different ads lined up that we're going to go through. And then after the ad, we're going to see what kind of landing page the ad takes us to. We're going to go through that, analyze it, do a little discussion about it. And then afterwards, at the end, we have a topic that we're going to just discuss about that we hear often from either clients we work with or just naturopath and clinic owners we talk to, or practitioners, where it's a question they commonly have that they want advice from. So at the end, we're going to go through that. And yeah, hopefully this helps you out a lot. That's our goal here. We just want to provide value. We want to help you guys get more leads and get more patients and get your calendars fully booked. That's all we're trying to do here on this podcast. That's why we produce it here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it here.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the first one, and then I'm gonna share my screen and show it to everyone here. Just give me 1 second. All right, you can see that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
December is
full screen it here, and then I have to turn it down because it gets pretty loud a lot of the time.
December is often a time to slow down and check in with how you're feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally. With this busy holiday season, more events, high sugar intake, lack of sleep, and alcohol intake, it's easy for our bodies to feel overwhelmed, tired, and out of balance. This is a time of year to reflect on areas you may want more support with, such as digestion, fatigue, immunity, skin health, and women's health concerns. And as we move through the season, it is helpful to remember that most extended health insurance plans reset at the end of the month, and naturopathic consultations are covered under many insurance providers. So if you've been meaning to prioritize your well-being before the end of the year, now is the time to do it. Let's aim for optimal health as we head into 2026. And I wish all of you a peaceful, restorative December. December is often a time to slow down.
Andrew, what are you thinking here?
To be honest, I think ChatGPT wrote it, but the hook, there wasn't really much of a hook. I mean, the main thing was just like talking about like December is like a good time to get things done. I think that was the overall of the ad, was saying like, hey, your benefits are about to end. So, which we'll probably see in a lot of the other ads, but your benefits are about to end, so you should probably like use them, is like the overall goal of the ad. But yeah, I mean, it's all right. I don't know how many people will click through, but I think it's good in general.
Yeah, I'm what I think is good is she is confident when she's speaking here. She she's clear what she's saying. It's not and it's very natural. Although, yeah, I do agree it does sound a little robotic and scripted, but the overall way she comes across is natural, just a person talking to a camera. So yeah, I'm just gonna replay the hook at the beginning. For those of you that don't know what the hook is when we're discussing that, it's the first, 5 to 8 seconds of the ad. It's the most important part of the ad. This is how you get people to stop scrolling, stop what they're doing, and actually listen to the rest of it, or maybe even get them curious enough to click the link and see, what it's about if they want more information. So yeah, this is the most important part of the ad. So I'm just gonna replay the very beginning portion here.
December is often a time to slow down and check in with how you're feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally. With this busy holiday season.
Okay, so that's the hook, the part where she says December is often time to slow down emotionally, blah blah blah, whatever else she said there. I'm not a huge fan of that hook. I agree. I think it sounds a little scripted. It sounds, if I'm scrolling or her audience is scrolling, they're probably not, that's not going to be enough to get them to actually stop and think, oh, okay, well, what's this? I want to know more. That's a little too basic, a little too robotic sounding. But overall, I think this ad is actually gonna do okay because she actually is a very confident speaker and can go about it well.
Yeah, so a good way to, like, change this a little bit is just put something because the overall of the ad is talking about benefits and using them before December. So say like, "Hey, if you work for a company that provides benefits, make sure you use them before the end of December because of blank," and then keep going through the rest of the ad because the rest of the ad's good, but if you even just do something like that, that hook will convert so many more people to actually wanna click through.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's look at the landing page here. Let me just put this on the screen. All right. Okay, so this is the landing page we're dealing with. Um oh man, I'm gonna butcher that name, but Dr. Dillawall, is that what we're gonna say? Dillawall, something like that. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name right. And
Probably
just so everyone's
Dollar
aware, any clinics we go through, we talk about, if you're watching this and you're a practitioner, you're the owner, whatever, reach out to us. We'd love to do a more in-depth version of this. Obviously, we can only, cover so much with the public information we have. We'd love to do more, go through the numbers more with you, actually figure out what's really going to make a difference, what's really going to drastically improve your marketing efforts. Or if you're a clinic that wants us to go through your stuff, you want us to talk about it, you want us to, even if it's with you one on one and just you want to ask questions, reach out to us as well. We'd be more than happy to do that. um okay, so now this is a naturopath clinic in Calgary I'm seeing here. This is a pretty simple landing page. My first thoughts is I like how simple this is. However, the actual words are, it's sort of like the ad where it seems like it's a little bit AI, it's a little bit chat GPT like, where you just have her name, doctor of naturopathic medicine, and then like we take a holistic approach to treating the root cause of your health concerns. We work, all this stuff that, yes, it's fine to have, but it's not meaningful to the person reading it. It's not going to actually cause people to make a decision. It's almost just text on a screen at this point. But again, it's not terrible. It's not like this is awful. It's just not, it could be taken to the next level very easily. That's sort of my overall thought of it. There's lots of ways this could be improve drastically. One, okay, if we're just going through the most important part of the landing page is the first thing you see, which is the headline here. This headline should not be the name of the doctor ever, unless the doctor is extremely famous and everyone knows who the doctor is. Maybe that's an exception. If you're not very famous, like to a point where almost everyone would know who you are, then you should not put your name as the headline, because that doesn't mean anything to anyone. Nobody, honestly, nobody cares what your name is. They're selfish. They care about, okay, I have this problem and I want to know if you can solve it. I have this pain point. I have, this mental issue, emotional issue. Can you help me with it? That's what you should put at the headline. What you actually provide as a solution to people. Andrew, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think you covered that first set. You scroll down a little bit. Like, I mean, this is a great section, but just don't put it at the start. Like, put it at one of these under boxes. But for the frequently asked questions, like, I do not think those are frequently asked questions. Like, those are not things that people are coming up to you and asking you most of the time. Like, if you do have a tab like this, it's very good. Like, frequently asked questions is something that could help a lot of people push to the next step, but do something that will actually benefit people that addresses their pain point and talks about how you can help with it and like the solution that you have to that versus like what is naturopathic medicine or education of a life like that stuff isn't like I'm not going to ask those questions. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for the rest of it. You pretty much covered the rest.
Yeah, I'd say sort of going off of the questions, it a better way to almost say that is it needs to be more specific. Like this is like as if someone has never heard of naturopath before and they're just asking, "Hey, what is naturopath?" But be more specific. If you find that, "Oh, I end up working with pregnant women a lot," then what you should put in this area here in the frequently asked questions is how can you help pregnant woman? What do you do? What are the steps you take? What is the first step? How much will it cost? How long is it going to take? What are people saying about it? Like, this is the kind of stuff that you want to answer. It just needs to be a little bit more specific into what is like I said, for example, if you work with, let's say this person works with pregnant women a lot, you should put on here somewhere, maybe in the FAQ, maybe on this side, I don't know, but you should put on here, hey, listen, if you are a pregnant woman dealing with X, Y, and Z problem, and you want to feel like ABC, or you want to feel like this solution, then we help you with this treatment. We do this service, we do that, whatever it is. We help you bridge that gap and get there. That's what people want to hear. And then they want to hear why you're different than everyone else. They don't, right now, this is almost just talking about as if, hey, we're a naturopath clinic, or hey, I'm a naturopathic doctor. You should come see me because naturopath is natural and it's different than conventional. But you're not the only natural. This would work if you were the only naturopathic doctor in Calgary, but you're not. There's tons of naturopathic clinics in Calgary. So why should they go to you? Who do you help? What problems do you deal with the most? What kind of solutions do you offer? What kind of treatments do you offer? Those are the questions people are wondering. A little bit more specific on like going through the mind of the questions and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're gonna give a rating um out of 10. Now this is rating the ad and the landing page together, sort of the first step of their system, how that flows together, an overall rating out of 10. And we're gonna be honest with people, like we're not gonna, if it's really good, we're gonna say it's really good. If it's really bad, we're gonna say it's really bad. If I'm rating this one out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it I'm between a 5 and a 6 out of 10 is what I'm between. What are you thinking, Andrew?
Yeah, I was gonna say a 5, and just to clarify, like, this is for like, our opinion is this going to book in people? Because like, that's what we do. We, like, get people to have booked in appointments, so that's what we're, like, also grading this off of, but yeah, I'd say 5 out of 10, but it can easily be optimized to be, like, a 7 with
Yes.
just small tweaks.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I was going to add is that this could very easily be turned into a 7 or 8 out of 10 with not that much effort put in. It's just as the type of words the as she's saying in the ad needs to be changed, and then the words, the text here on the landing page needs to be changed, and boom, it's now a 7 or 8, an 8 out of 10. So, yeah. Uh Okay, I do see down here actually, as we were talking, there was a spot up here where areas of focus and you can go through here, which that's great. And you can hover over and it shows you. But again, why is this not at as soon as you go on right underneath here? Why is that not there? That's something that needs to be up front and more specific about, but she does have it, which is great. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. Let me quickly and this. And yeah, and Andrew's completely right about we focus on actually getting booked in calendars, getting you leads, getting you patients. That's what we focus on. So when we're rating people, that is what we're looking at. We're not looking at Well, we are looking at design, but that's not our focus. We're not telling you how pretty something looks. We're giving it to you based on the fact of, do we think from our experience, from the people we've worked with, what we've done ourselves, would this actually get you people booking into your clinic? That's what we're rating it on out of 10 when we do that. Okay, let's go with this one here. Let me full screen it. Turn it down a little bit.
So guys, I want to show you the shoulder range of motion. It's restricted at the end moment. He was working out in the gym and has soreness. Can you lift both the hands straight up? So watch, this one is going and that one is restricted at the end range. Bring it down. Can you clap? That's it. Yeah. Okay, and then can you turn and show us how much you can go? Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, that's difficult. So I'm going to do some dry needling. Let's see how it goes. Thank you. So guys, I want to show you the results. Can you lift both the hands up and watch, they are equal, rather that is going more up than this one now. Bring it down. Can you clap and show us now? It's way easier. Before it was hard. Now turn around and show how much. Look, lot better. Do the other side. Not better. So definitely dry needling work. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better.
Okay, thanks.
I love the card at the end there. Okay, I'll go through this one first here. Now, first of all, I need to just find the point that there's a specific point that I want to go through. Yeah. Now, this is a sort of side topic, but I'm not sure how this guy's got great back physique, but the front, I don't know what happened there. But anyways, the actual ad itself, I think it's good. I actually like the testimonial. The testimonial type ads where you get an actual patient and talking about it usually work really, really well. This one too, because she's with with the patient, asking him the questions, going through it. The only thing I would say is you could argue that it looks like it's faked. That's the only thing I could say. Because it just goes from, hey, reach up high, reach, down low, touch your toes, spin around, whatever. And then it kind of then is like, okay, cut, and then do the same thing again. And wow, he can now do it. It could be very, very easily faked. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. But it looks like it could be, which is the downside of this ad. However, what I will say is, if you do feel like if you are a person like this, maybe you don't have his exact physique. I think that's pretty unique. But if you do have restricted movement, or especially restricted shoulder movement, I used to actually have a shoulder injury and I did dry needling, and you saw something like this would definitely interest you if you were that specific person. Even though it maybe looks like it could be faked, it would definitely at least make you curious enough to click through and look at the landing page and see what that's about.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned the fake thing, because I noticed that his right arm only went this high, the one that's not injured, when he asked to clap, and then when after the needling, the right arm went all the way up. I was like, well, if it's not injured both times, it should have gone all the way up, but whatever. I mean, overall, like, I mean, you could have added like a little bit, like, or even like a banner would have worked really well. Like, if you have a restricted shoulder, please watch, or something like that would work really well for something like this. Instead of just putting like a bunch of like green font there, you could put it like right above the video, and that would work really well for this one. So, but yeah, overall, I think it's good. The before and after usually works pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's actually a good ad. If you have, even though, yes, it definitely could be improved with maybe it was faked a little bit or exaggerated or whatever. It actually, like I said, if you have especially if you have shoulder problems, you're going to look at this and think, oh, okay, maybe I should, look into this, see what it's about, kind of thing. And yeah, again, this guy it seems like he used to be a bodybuilder of some sort, but then something went wrong throughout his career.
Well, it's probably he was a bigger guy and started working out.
Yeah. Okay, so this is where it takes you when you click on the ad. Now this just takes you straight to Jane app. I'm sure a lot of, clinic owners, practitioners, exactly what Jane app is. Um, yeah, so there's not a whole lot to go through here. This is just book an appointment and then you can choose which one you want to book with. The one that was her, now would have been this lady here, I believe. Um, which I'm assuming would be nope, not acupuncture. Um, I'm not sure. I'm
It
not
was
even
dry needling.
dry needling, but I don't see that here.
Keep going up. No, physiotherapy does dry needling. It would be somewhere in.
Yeah, it's somewhere in here. But anyways, what are your thoughts about this, Andrew?
Okay, so this is the Jane app. Most clinics use this. We work with like a lot of people who use this app, and it's perfectly fine. But it's not great for a landing page because what you're doing with an ad is trying to get curiosity, and then people want to learn. They're not learning here, you're just forcefully making them try and book. And then you also have to give them options, which isn't always a great thing. The less like the you want it to be as simple as possible because people can get confused in these like sort of formats where they're trying to find the lady, just like Jaden was literally doing, where he's like, I can't find the dry needling because it's under physiotherapy. But yeah, so I mean, you could probably clean it up and use like a landing page or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd say there's two massive things that you need to think about if this is where you're sending people after an ad is number one, do you really think people are going to be after watching an ad like that, they're gonna think, okay, I'm ready to book in, or are they thinking, okay, I want a little bit more information, or I want to know if this is gonna be right for me? Which one are they going to be thinking? Because doing something like this, you're assuming that after watching that ad, someone is saying, please, I just want to book in. I just want to book in. I just want to go to your clinic, which maybe some people are. However, in our experience, most people aren't thinking that. After watching an ad that, for 30 seconds, they're not thinking, I want to commit to something. They're thinking, oh, I want to find out a little bit more. I want to, look at some more information. I want to learn more about this and, whatnot. Or two, exactly like what you said, is this makes it confusing. If I want needling, where is dry needling? Where is the lady I was just watching? How do I know which one is her? What is going on here? And now I'm just confused and I don't know where to go. It's a lot simpler if you say, hey, you watched an ad about dry needling for shoulders or injuries or whatnot. You send people to a landing page that gives you more information about dry needling specifically, and then allows you to book in for dry needling and not, a bunch of other things as well. Nobody watched an ad for concussion physiotherapy. No, you didn't produce an ad for that. So you shouldn't have that. It just creates confusion when someone's going through it. But yeah, those are the two main things. Okay, out of 10, what are you rating this out of 10, Andrew?
The whole system for someone to actually book in, I'd probably rate it like a 3 because there's steps missing. Like everyone has like a subconscious like next step to the process, and most people it's not watch an ad and book, like Jaden said. That's like probably a 5%. So yeah, I'd probably rate it like a 3.
I'm gonna give this one a 4. I think the ad is actually pretty good because it's specific and I like the testimonial. I think it's actually, yes, it looked like it might have been a little bit exaggerated, but I think it was actually a really good ad. Yes, the landing page is not really existent, it's just a booking page, but the ad itself, I think is good enough to give this a 4 out of 10. If you created a landing page, it would be, a I don't want to say it, but it would be a 6, 7 out of 10. Okay, let's go and get to the next one here.
Buddy.
All right. Okay, here we are. Okay. Okay. I do remember submitting this one. Let me just full screen it here. By the way, we go through 5 of these, so this is the 3rd one, I believe. And then yeah, and then we'll go through and talk about the topic at the end that a lot of people discuss, that clinic owners, practitioners, the question that they're always concerned with. We'll go through that at the end. I don't think this has any audio. Yeah, does not have any audio. Okay,
Bro, why
so
did you choose this one to go through?
okay, so this ad, I didn't actually realize it didn't have any audio when I play through these. I a lot of the time play it on mute because it can sometimes blare music. But I do, if this might have had, to be honest,
Is that even the same person?
this might have had music, and it may have been copyrighted. That happens a lot on Facebook, just so everyone's aware. If you put on trendy music and it's you don't have the rights to it, it can be just taken off your ad, which I think is most likely what happened here. So if we just go into this though, and let's just assume that there's music playing in the background, I have to say I would prefer there be some sort of talking here, but this hook is actually not bad. The title is going to draw people in because people are going to want to know there. As soon as you do something like this, it's a transformation, and transformation actually gets people interested. Like, they want to know, wow, what do you turn out as? Now, however, the transformation, she's covering her face here, back. Okay, that's her face. It's questionable whether or not that's the same person when she comes back.
Bro, I don't know if that's the same person.
And it may
But
not
let's
be.
say we didn't see their face. Overall, I mean, this isn't a terrible ad. Like,
No,
this is good because it makes you want to keep watching to see the transformation.
and then when you have the right strategy, it's very much it's sort of like it's very much curiosity based. Like, the hook is curiosity based. Oh, wait, stick around to see what the transformation is like. Then the transformation. Oh, and when you have the right strategy, and then people think, oh, what is that strategy? Now, in my opinion, you need audio, obviously, and you should have someone talking. Like, if she talked at the end, and sort of talked a little bit more about what she did, it would be a lot better. But actually, to be honest, this if without it having audio, it makes it a lot worse. But if this had even just music in the background, which I'm assuming it did originally, this isn't a terrible ad. This isn't great, but it's not awful. I've definitely seen worse. Now, she might not be the same person, however. Maybe in the first one though, she like didn't do her hair, didn't do any of her makeup, and then this one she did to really, exaggerate the transformation. I don't know. At least they used someone with a similar skin tone, because if they didn't, then it would have been really obvious, and that would have not been a good look for sure. Okay, so this is the landing page here. You're doing it. I'm ready for a system that works, but it looks like it's just a call is what they're doing. That's sort of where it's going to take you when you click that. Decent design. I think this is clean. I think it looks good. They definitely took this. Okay. I'll talk a little bit more about that after. 2000 woman. Found some. Now, okay, one thing that I am curious about, is this online? It might be online. I'm assuming it is online because there's no location anywhere here. So I'm assuming it's like an online class. Now, again, some of these, it's hard to tell if it's the same person, like if this is faked. This one looks real. This one also looks real. This one, I'm not sure about that. But if we're going off of the copy here, this is actually a pretty good landing page. Like, this is gonna get people curious. It's gonna get people thinking. the program for high performing women who are tired of doing it all with nothing to show for it and are ready for something that sticks. The headline could be improved, but at least it does say woman, and it kind of gets you a little bit curious on what the thing that's sticking is. Um, Underneath here, you're doing everything right, eating clean, working out, showing up for everyone, but your energy is flat, your skin is flaring, your mood is unpredictable. Um, this is made by AI, 100%. However, I actually think it's good enough where it will work, and it will, because it's relatable and people understand it. You're going through problems that other people have. However, it seems like it's almost cliche. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but it's almost like forced. Like, instead of making it so, it's almost like if a when if you go to buy a car and the sales guy is really good at talking to you, but he's like forcing the sale instead of asking questions about, oh, how are you feeling about this, how are you going through that, and just kind of bringing you through and building rapport. It's almost like he's like forcing it, trying to shove it down your throat. This gives that sort of same impression where it's like you're really trying way too hard and you need to relax a little bit and just kind of talk about, okay, I love the relatability. I love you talking about the problems. I absolutely love it. But and looking at alternatives that they've tried before, and then giving a CT at the end, but just don't be so forced with it where it seems like, okay, I'm definitely getting sold to here, and it's more natural sounding, and yeah, it's just going to be more attractive for people when they're looking at that. Andrew, what do you think here?
Well, I'm just really confused. Are they offering a juice or like keep scrolling down? Like I see the lady drinking juice, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's a drink. And then I see all these people with acne problems and then them getting and then fit like
Yeah, it looks like achieve clear skin, balanced hormones, and a body. So it's sort of weight loss, hormonal, um, and
okay,
skin.
keep
It's
scrolling though. I just want to see like yeah,
and
there's
there's
more like
pills.
lemon. Okay, so it's like a pills and juice.
I believe so okay, so what this is I believe this is going to be a coaching program where it's an online coach where she goes through coaching you and she tells you, "Hey, you're going to want to get this supplement. Hey, you're going to want to drink this, eat this, do this diet, blah 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 blah." That is, yes, I do agree though. Custom protocol, group mess. Yeah, it's like a coaching program, lifestyle nutrition and macro coach. Yeah, so um I do agree there should be more like specific, like it should specifically say, okay, this is what this is. Like, you're going to go through this and it's a coaching program. You're going to be going on a call. We're going to be talking about that. Like, it's kind of hard to find out what this actually is. They do a great job of showing who it's for and the kind of avatar, the problems they're going to be dealing with, the solutions they've tried before, the solution they're trying to get to, the alternatives, everything like that. They actually do a really good job of explaining that, but what they are doing, they don't really say that at all.
Yeah, they address the problem, but there's like and say that there's a solution, but they don't even talk about the solution at all. Maybe that's what the book a consultation call is,
Yeah,
but
you know
they
what?
don't say that.
I'm curious. I'm just gonna click this and I'm gonna see where it goes to. This is for you if so again, it goes through the like it's great audience. By the way, this section, maybe not this one, but this one right here, this should go right at the top. This is a great section. Um, like it's great audience, figuring out who your audience is and going through their problems and really getting people to feel related to. Great job of doing that. Oh, okay. Functional testing package. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how many people after doing that are going to pay this much for something they don't even fully understand what it actually is. And then you can click this, which they have an FAQ going. This is tough because this landing page is actually really well designed. The copy is pretty good. The audience, like, they really go deep into their audience and figure out their problems, figure out what their audience wants, what they've tried before in the past, you know, what they're dealing with. But what are you guys offering? Because it's very hard to understand what minerals even means. Like, you don't even talk about what that even means. Not only that, but which one you should do. It's like you're teasing people on the landing page, that, like, you're almost like teasing them, hey, we've got something you've never seen before, but then you never actually say what that thing is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's like the biggest sort of concern from this, because it's almost like saying like, "Hey, I'm really good at what I do, but book a call with me so you can figure it out."
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know.
I think another concern is these faked maybe it's
I
not
don't know if
faked,
they
but
are faked, because like she showed the photos again, like of herself. I think that's what the ad is about, is her, the person who's doing this coaching program.
yeah, it could be,
But
yeah.
yeah, like, I mean, even if there was like a short webinar, that would be a great thing to put here, where it's like an educational thing, quickly going through exactly what it would look like, or even like a trial offer where they could do some sort of small model instead of paying like, I think their cheapest version was like
It
$1,200.
was over 1,000 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, even, like, if you could say, like, someone get, like, a pill or something, like a pack of pills or whatever, and just say, "Here's a trial thing." Anyways, that would be good, but, rate this out of 10. I'd say this one's difficult. I'd say it's like a 6.
I think I'm also gonna go with 6. I would agree with that. I think, and I'm gonna give the ad a little bit of, because I think there was supposed to be music in the background and it got copyrighted out. So I'm kind of taking it, imagining that there was music. Um, and then giving I'm gonna give it a 6 as well, because I think it's like they're almost there, but they didn't quite figure it out. In their ad, it's like that, and then in their landing page especially, it's like that. It's like you guys did the first step so good, but then the second step where you actually get people to make the decision, it wasn't done that great. It's like you're missing something there. Yeah. Okay. Are we on the last one, or no, fourth one, and then we got one more after this here. Yeah, we're moving through it here. Let us know if you like this format. We really enjoy doing this. Like I said, we do this just for you guys watching, to see how we're actually thinking about things. And we know that a lot of the times clinics and everything we're going through, by the way, I think I clarified this at the beginning, but this is real life. This is real ads that clinics are running right now in real time. Landing pages are using that are all legit, are all there, and it's all public. You can go through it as well. It's called Facebook ad libraries, what we're going through. If you want, you can go look at it as well. And we know that a lot of clinics copy each other and the marketing they do, the ads they do. So we're hoping that maybe you're doing something similar and you can learn from it, or maybe you were thinking about doing something, or you want help with something, and maybe we're going to address some of it here. That's our hope. We love doing this, though. Okay, let's continue.
Hi.
Okay, right off the bat, this is AI, but let's watch it and let's see where it goes.
Hi, this is Dr. Manny. The year's almost over. Make sure you use your work benefits before they expire. At Thriive Wellness, we're helping you get rid of body aches and pain so you can feel your best before the year ends. Whether you need chiropractic, physiotherapy, or massage therapy, our team is here to help you move better and feel better. We are offering $69 new patient special, which includes your first assessment and treatment. We directly bill to all major insurance companies, and we're conveniently located in downtown Guelph. And remember, when it comes to work benefits, if you don't use it, you lose it. Click the link below to request an appointment.
All right, Andrew. What are we
Okay,
thinking here?
so, all right. So this is obviously very AI, and it's not the greatest either, but I'm not going to lie, the copy is really good on this ad. Like, I was gonna say this actually for the other one. I forgot Dr. Dalawal or
When you
something.
say the
That lady,
copy, you mean like what the script
the
or what they're
script, like
saying?
the script is really good.
Okay.
I liked when he talked about the benefits and showed them all because that's something that a lot like that's probably one of the biggest questions is will my benefits work at your clinic? Because if I'm working or something and I say, "Hey, I have this benefit," and it pops up on that screen, I can be like, "Perfect, that answers my question instantly." Which is a great thing. I think that's also something good to put on a landing page, but
It
there's
does
better
technically, to
AI.
be fair, I will say it does depend sometimes on the actual, the kind of plan they have. But for the most part, yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it talks about like it shows exactly where it is, everything. Like, I mean, the ad captures a lot of that. I'm not sure. Go back to the hook. I don't remember it at all.
Hi, this is Dr. Manny. The year's almost over. Make sure you use your
That's the hook.
The year's almost over. Use your work
Well,
benefits
I would say
before that.
I'd say the hook is "Hi, I'm Dr. Ma." I'll give my thoughts on this ad. I'm actually not a fan of this ad. I don't think this ad's gonna do very well. Um, Not only like if it's pretty obvious that this is AI. You can't
Hi,
start it
this is
off by
Dr. Manny.
like saying, "Hi, this is Dr. Manny," when it's like pretty obvious that this is not even a real person. That sort of makes you lose
Well, I think
credibility.
it
Year's
is a
almost
real
over.
person.
But it's AI though. It's
Yeah.
hard to say, "Hey, this is doctor," like as if you're trying to say that you are real, but like you're clearly not real.
Hi, this is Dr. Manny. The
However, the
year's
AI
almost
video is actually not too bad. It's I've definitely seen worse AI videos than this
This is
one.
Dr. Manny. The year's
Um,
almost over. Make sure you use your work benefits before they expire. At Thrive Wellness,
like
Like that's what I was like not liking. It's like 8-second clips pretty much, and it always just loops the same thing. That's not great.
Yeah,
Like you can
but what I would say is, okay, if you're a clinic, let's say you're this clinic. What is the clinic's name? Thrive, I think. Yeah,
yeah, Thrive.
Thrive. What are you looking for? Are you looking for someone that's going to come in one time before the year ends and get a massage? Is that what you're trying to get? If that's what you're trying to get, then this ad would work well. But if you're trying to get people that are going to come in long term for s- for 6 months, um, then, this is not 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, whatever it is. This is not gonna get you there. Like, this is you're specifically calling out people that aren't thinking like that. You're specifically saying, "Hey, come one time, come maybe twice if you have the time for it to get a massage." And I know because, we've worked with clinics, that's not what clinics are trying to get. They're trying to get patients that make them the most amount of money by going there for the longest amount of time. They require the most amount of help, and they're very niche down. For example, maybe it's senior mobility, pregnancy, maybe it's acupuncture for blank people, whatever it is. They're trying to specifically get there, and this is not doing that. You're trying to just say to someone, "Hey, come in one time, and use your work benefits for a massage," which I know for a clinic is not really gonna move the needle that much. Not only that, but I don't think the hook is really poor. The year's almost over, so you should use your work benefits before they expire. Like, why don't you talk about who is coming to your clinic? Not like, "Hey, you should use your work like, this ad is based around a topic that should kind of be thrown in somewhere in the middle of the ad as like a bonus. Like, talk about, hey, if you are instead of saying if you haven't used your work benefits, hey, if you're a senior dealing with mobility issues and you want help, you want to feel young again, you want to get back to being able to walk up the stairs, visit with your grandkids, play sports with them, get active, go on walks, then you should come in before the year ends. You can probably use some of your work benefits and you can go and get a massage from us, which will drastically improve how your body feels when you're waking up in the morning. Notice how I changed it to talk about a specific person and what their problem was, and then get them to the solution. I didn't just say, hey, if you have work benefits you haven't used in, you can use them here. It's just not the end goal of doing an ad like that is not going to produce clients or patients that you actually want. It's going to produce tire kickers. It's going to produce one timers. And I don't
Yeah.
even think it's going to produce that many people, because if someone has work benefits that they haven't used, this ad is not going to make them think, dang, I should go here and use my work benefits, because you're not even talking about who it's for. You're just saying, hey, you can use your work benefits here. So yeah, not a fan of this ad. Not only that, but a lot of people are very busy during the month of December. So to try and get someone that doesn't have that big of a problem and just say, hey, you should come for a massage if you have time, it's going to be hard to do in the month of December because of how busy people are, compared to if someone has a real problem where they have chronic pain or something like that, and you're saying, and they want it dealt with as quick as possible. Now there's urgency there. This doesn't create urgency. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. No, I like what you said about the tire kickers, and also, yeah, like tire kickers, no shows. Like, there's gonna be a lot of that when you do it this way
Yeah, yeah, you're sort of asking for it.
for the worst possible audience.
Yeah,
But we're
you're
gonna see that a lot in these ads because that's just really what people think is going to work this time of year, because clinics are like all in that mindset of like, oh, December and June, I think, are like the best times of the year because people have to use their benefits. So we should advertise to that. But that's going to get you very short-term clients.
yeah,
So,
like someone who had okay, if really quick, and this can be almost a short topic, because this is actually a good topic, but what motivates people to make a decision, not when you're actually there in person, but when they see an ad, when they see a landing page, what motivates them to make a decision? It's because they have a problem that is serious to them. Maybe it's hormonal issues, maybe it's chronic pain, maybe they have an injury, a shoulder injury, maybe they have pregnancy pain, hip aches that are constant. Maybe they are afraid of falling. They're old and they can't, they want to be independent. Maybe they want to lose weight, figure out how to eat healthy, stay healthy, feel healthy. If that problem to someone is a big enough problem when they're thinking, okay, listen, I know I want this solved and I've tried solving it before, I haven't fully solved it. I want to figure out a place I can go to where I think I have a chance at long term relief. That's what's going to motivate their decision. What's not motivating their decision is a price. This is not going to motivate people to do something. What's not going to motivate people to do something is saying, hey, you can use your work benefits and you can come here and do that with it. That's not going to motivate them. What's going to motivate them is them having a problem. If you can express somebody's problem better than they can express it to you, excuse me, if you can, like, for example, back pain, and you can talk through what it means to have back pain, you're gonna have a much higher chance of selling that person than you will selling a person off of, "Hey, if you have work benefits, you can come here and get a massage." Like, this is not, or a you can get a chiropractic session. Yeah, anyways, that's what motivates decisions. Now, landing page, Andrew, what are your first thoughts on landing page here?
yeah, do you want a solution?
Okay, well,
Yeah, I mean,
hold on. I need to say something really quick. This should be at the top. They should swap these headlines immediately. And Andrew, do you agree with that when I say that?
yeah, like, yeah, that's actually addressing their pain point like you were just talking about, but yeah. And also, I don't know why you have a timer. Like isn't like a drop shipping store, but I mean, whatever. I guess it creates some sort of urgency. But also, I don't know where this is. I'm pretty sure this is, well, it's got to be somewhere in
Baker
Canada.
Street, Ontario. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know about in Ontario, but $200 for one chiropractic session, like that's already really high. I don't even know if that's actually what they charge or if they're just trying to make a very expensive upsell so that it seems like a
I
lot of
I
value, but
I will say I've seen this a lot. Not to offer $200 first time sessions, but it's very common to say that the first session is quote unquote $200 or $250 and then give a huge discount and say, oh, it's actually only $50 or $60 or $100 or something like that. That is very common.
no, I realize that. I'm just saying like then people are realizing like what you're doing here is they see, okay, so my first one is $70, but then they're going to see their second one is 200. So you might have just a lot of people just going once and then not wanting to come back because they just want to go for a deal. And then at that point, you're getting bad customers, like we were talking about earlier. But I mean, the design looks good, but yeah, just swap that copy quickly, and that's something that would help like a lot just right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think yeah, I think I've already gone through it. I mean, I think this is just so, by the way, we can because we've, we're in the space, we can sort of tell that this is an agency that's done this. I highly doubt that this is the actual clinic that's, made that ad and done this landing page. This is almost definitely a marketing agency. And if you're Thrive and you're listening to this, I think we can do it, and I'm not just saying this, but I think that there's so many things that could be done here that would make more sense for you. And especially, like I said, to target the right kind of people that come in, um, the people that you really want to come in. If you're trying to get people with back pain, why are you not talking about people that have back pain and figuring out, okay, what kind of age is that? What is the problem? Like, tossing and turning it. Why is this not in the ad? Why is it not at the top? It's at the bottom. We then mentioned back pain. Well, that's the whole reason why someone would even come there in the first place. They're not coming there because they're insured or because they have insurance or they haven't done their work benefits. It's because they have a problem that they want to be solved. The work benefits thing is just and the price thing as well. I agree. Like I don't like this because I think it's so this doesn't motivate people seeing the 200 discounted for 769. I don't know why they chose 69 too. That's an odd number, but it just doesn't motivate people seeing that. Like, yeah. Anyways, I won't go on this for too long. I'm gonna rate this out of 10, both the ad and the landing page. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, mostly because the ad, I think, drags it down a lot. I think in fact, I'm between a 4 and a 5 just because I think the ad drags it down a huge amount. And this isn't, you're not even getting the people you want to get from this. But yeah, between a 4 and a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say about a 5 on this one.
Okay, let's
But
go to the
yeah,
last one here. One left here. We'll try and finish this up
we'll
pretty
make
quick.
it quick. Yeah.
Okay, let's go through it.
Look, I think our health.
Okay, let's watch this. Let me turn down the volume.
Look, I think our health assessment is totally unique, and it's an incredible look under the hood to see what's going on with your health. It starts with a detailed lab panel. So we have 43 different lab assessments, really looking at your hormonal health, your cardiometabolic health, how you consume glucose and sugars, That gets followed up with a 3D body scan, which gives you way more ideas about how your body habitus has impacts in terms of risk just beyond the scale. That then gets parlayed into like a detailed strength assessment, all focused on longevity and functional movements. You take all of that information plus a nutritional consult where we help to identify perhaps different areas where you could be improving your nutritional health. That information then gets collected and corroborated, and then you follow up with a naturopath. A naturopath provides evidence-based supplements. They have a different lens to focus on your overall health and preventative care. And then lastly, all of that information gets connected with a physician who's able to make recommendations around medications and other supplements. At the end of that process, really what you're left with is a clear idea of what's actually going on with your health, some key takeaways that you can do on your own to improve your overall well-being, and ideally a clear roadmap to what optimal health for you might look like. Look, I think our health assessment is totally unique.
Okay, I'll go through this one first. This is not a great ad
No,
because
it's great for a landing page. That's what I would say.
well, I don't even know if I'd say that because it's so okay, so I've dealt with this kind of thinking before. This is not super uncommon thinking, but what's going through the mind of whoever made this, I don't know if it was an agency or the clinic, is they're thinking, okay, let's make a video that looks nice and let's go straight in and talk about what we're offering because that's what people care about, what we offer. So let's talk for I think pretty much the entire ad about our free health assessment and then the next steps after that and exactly what that means and what we do and everything about it. This entire ad should be 10 or 15 seconds long and put at the end of an ad. This is what they did is they did what's called a CTA, a call to action, for 1 minute and 19 seconds is what they did. This is not, that's not exactly what you're looking for here. Like get the problem figured out, get your audience figured out and go through and you say, okay, look, this is who the health assessment is for. I don't care about your health assessment because I don't even know if I should take your health assessment. I don't know who it's for. I don't know what kind of people you work with. I don't know the problems you address. I don't know what my health, what you're provide, like what is the end goal of the health assessment? What is the end goal of going to a clinic with you? How are you going to help with what I'm dealing with in my life right now? This is what you need to talk about. So yeah, this is like 1 minute 19 long call to action is what this is.
Yeah, let's look at the landing page here.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we went through these guys before. That's but this is a different landing page than the one we went through, but we've actually gone through Aeon before. So Aeon, please reach out because we've gone through you now twice and I think both times we've had stuff to say about you. However, I will say again, like I said the last time, the design, you got that on point. This is a very cool looking website, probably the best one that we see, to be honest. But I think it has the same problem as the one previously, which is clarity starts here. Like, it's just so vague. What does that even mean to people when they go onto the website? Clarity starts here. Like, okay, like health assessment is where clarity begins. For what? Like, how, when you write that down, how do you think that's going to make people look at it and say, oh yeah, I'm looking for clarity, like that, thank goodness I found clarity because that's what I'm looking for. Nobody's thinking that. Yeah, anyway, it's just that simple. And
yeah, I think this
yeah.
is a lot like what it was before. Like the landing page is a bit different, but I
It's
think,
it's
yeah,
for
we
different
went
offer, different, it's its own landing page
yeah.
based off the ad,
I
but
mean
the problems are still the same as the one they haven't fixed the problem. Um,
okay,
this is
well,
kind of
fair
a
enough.
cool little thing they got here though. But yeah, other than that, yeah, no. Okay, out of 10,
Probably,
what are you rating it out of 10?
um, I just say, like, yeah, like, the website kinda carries it, like, because the design is nice, but is it going to book appointments just because you have a nice design? Probably not. Is that ad going to generate curiosity to get people even to this point? Maybe a little bit, but probably still not. So I'd probably rate it a 5 like the last.
I think I'd rate it, yeah, I'd rate the exact same as the last one, between a 4 and a 5 is what I'm gonna give it as well. Just yeah, that they just gotta figure out that one if you guys figured out that problem, you have no idea how well your marketing would do if you just thought about that one thing and focused your ads and landing page on it. But okay, let's move on here because it's been a while. We've been doing this for a while. So let's do you want to wrap up, or do you want to go talk about the topic for like 5 minutes real quick here?
Yeah, I mean, we could do it like quickly for just go through it for like a minute. I mean, you talk about it and I can like add anything needed.
Okay. Well, I'll just go through it. I've been talking a lot. I'll go through it really quick here, and I'll let you just say anything you want to say. Okay, so the topic that we want to talk about here that we get asked a lot is how do you improve show rates? Now, there are many ways you can do this. And we're doing this based off of, let's just say we're doing this based off of, if you say, hey, come for a free consultation or free discovery session or something like that. How do you get people to actually show up to maybe the call, the online call, or the clinic in person? How do you increase the show rate there? I think there's two major things you could do. Number one is immediate follow up, and number two is personalized follow up on the same day. What do I mean like that? Number one, immediate follow up. As soon as they book in, there needs to be something where immediately they are followed up with. They are told, hey, we acknowledge you've booked in. This is the time you're doing it for. This is the place, blah, 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 blah. This is what's going to happen. This is how you hop on the call, or this is how you get to how you get to the clinic. This is where you go. Anything like that. All the information needs to be provided to them. And yeah, and then number two, and reminders all the way up to the point, and number two, follow up same day. If the doctor himself, the practitioner, or someone, a secretary, assistant, whoever it is, if they reach out and text, call, or email, especially call the person same day and talk to them, hey, are you still coming? Or hey, you have an appointment here, I'm just wondering about a couple things, and they ask something like that, you are going to see a drastic increase in show rates, usually about 3 times the amount of people will show up if you do something like that. That is probably the biggest difference you could do, is personalized follow up same day. Hey, how do you feel? Andrew, what do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so pretty much like I just do it in two ways as well, like the easiest and the hardest to implement. The easiest is probably a simple email campaign where you just have it so it emails them right away. And it sends reminders. That's probably the easiest way to do it. The second easiest would be have someone like who will follow up right away as soon as you get in these leads. You call them within the first, I think it's 2 or 3 minutes. There's, like, research done on it that it's, like, 350% increase of a contact rate, so, like, you're going to be able to contact, and their show rate will be much higher if you're able to contact them before their appointment on the phone, and acknowledging that appointment, of course. Yeah, like, those are probably the 2 best ways to do it, is either an email campaign, SMS campaign, or calling.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I think that's it. I know, Andrew, your computer's about to die at any second here, so we got to wrap this up. But thank you for watching this. Hopefully, like I said, it helps you guys out. You can, use whatever we told you and apply it to your clinic, apply it to your practice, whatever you're doing. Yeah, and if you have any questions, concerns, please reach out to us. All our links are going to be linked below. If you want to talk to us, ask us any questions, talk about your clinic, figure out what's going on there. If you have any problems, if you're like, hey, I'm paying for this marketing agency, they're not getting me anything, or hey, I need more bookings. I feel like my calendar's a little empty. I want to figure out how I can get more. Please reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. But yeah, anyways, thank you, everyone.